Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today we are continuing our Let's Make a Character series, a series where the subject is the result of a poll that's voted on by you guys, which I really appreciate. Get way more people voting on these than I really expect, so it's awesome to see that. And today we are going to be making a Starfinder character. And this is what kind of got me on the kick of wanting to push Starfinder a little bit more on the channel, because it's a system that I really enjoy. It's the one that got me into Paizo after like the Dungeon magazine was canceled. It's kind of what got me back into them and their products. And yeah, I just really love the system. So today we're going to be making a character. And with this series, one of the things that I kind of want to try is to push myself outside of like what I normally do for character creations, which is typically just create a simple, basic like fighter or warrior character, and instead just make characters that I don't often make. Like with the Pathfinder video, I made a Pathfinder rogue, which I rarely ever make rogue characters. In the 4th edition video, I made an elf ranger, which even though that's my favorite character type to play, I seldom make them. So I wanted to actually make one because it's been a long time since the last time I made an Elven Ranger. And today we are going to make a Technomancer. So we're going to be making our first spellcasting character for this series, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't think I've ever actually made a Technomancer character for Starfinder. I've made very few Starfinder characters in general. But yeah, this should be really, really cool. So we're going to go through the process here. I got the character sheet, which I actually did mean to print off the full color version, but I completely forgot that I had my settings on my computer to print things in grayscale, which kind of sucks because my ink is getting low. But it did print this off, which is good. I do have another ink cartridge. I just don't want to change it because it's annoying. But anyway, we have our character sheet here, and I was considering making like a game aid like I did for the Pathfinder character. Something kind of similar to this, but truth be told, I don't think it's really going to be that necessary. The main reason I wanted the Pathfinder one is because of the way that attributes are done. And even though this is a D20 system game, and it's similar in a lot of ways to Pathfinder 1st Edition, Starfinder is the middle ground between Pathfinder 1st and 2nd Edition. It does kind of feel like this was the system where they kind of play tested some concepts that they were looking to implement when it came time to do another version of Pathfinder. That's just purely speculation on my part, but it does kind of make sense. So we're going to be using the default character generating method. So we'll just go to character creation, and the way that we get our attributes here. So let's just see what we got. Put it by equipment. Oops, I think we went a little too far. Actually, no, maybe we didn't. Hold on. Here we go. So buying ability scores. So this is going to be the method that we use. This is the first method. This is the default method. And then there are other options like having a standard array that you can choose from where everything's done for you. Or you can do like dice rolling system if you want to. But we're going to do the default method because if you're learning a game, usually the default method is the best way to sort of get into that. So all of our attributes are going to start with 10. So we're going to have 10s across the board. Then we add or subtract points for the species that we're playing. And then we get to add points for the theme that we choose. So theme is kind of like background. There's fewer of them compared to what we had in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. But like I said, this kind of seems like the testing ground for that. It's kind of something that is your character's almost like their profession beyond just what their class is. The class does not boost your ability scores at all in Starfinder the way that it does in Pathfinder. So we get boosts and modifications to our 10s from our species, from our theme, and then we're going to get 10 extra points that we can use to customize our attributes. And 18 is always going to be the highest number that we can put into any attribute. So you can't go above that. Even if you get a bonus from your species, you're still capped at 18. That's why you apply the species stuff and the theme first. So Let's just take a quick look at the species that we're going to play. We have our themes actually. So maybe we should choose the theme first. I'm just going to write it down on the character sheet here. I'm pretty sure each theme that they present here boosts one of the different attributes. So there should be. Is there one here for Yeah, we got one for intelligence. So I think Scholar will probably make the most sense for our Technomancer. So we are going to do that. So I'm just going to write down just on the character sheet here with my terrible handwriting. We're going to be a Scholar. And our level 1 ability, so we get +1 to intelligence. So let's just go strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and they're all 10s. And we're going to get theme +1, and then our final. Okay. And then I'll just write finishing there as well. Okay. And then equals. They're probably not going to line up properly. Hold on. Reaching around the tripod. Okay. So our Scholar gives us a +1 bonus to intelligence. So it says that we are an intellectual pitting our brain against problems and puzzles that others would find daunting. You might be an instructor of a specific topic at a large university or a dabbler in a number of fields of study. You could be exploring the galaxy in search of ancient artifacts or new scientific phenomena. Whatever your motivation, you are sure that the answer you seek are out there. And then our ability is theme knowledge. So we are an expert in one particular field of study. And your passion for the subject shows. Choose either life science or physical science. Then choose a field of specialization. If you pick life science, you can specialize in bioengineering, biology, botany, ecology, genetics, xenobiology, zoology, or another field of biological science. If you pick physical science, you can specialize in astronomy, chemistry, climatology, geography, geology, meteorology, oceanography, physics, or another field of physical science. The DC for skill checks to recall knowledge about your specialty is reduced by 5. Your chosen skill is a class skill for you. Though if it is a class skill from the class you take at first level, you instead gain a +1 bonus to checks with your chosen skill. In addition, you gain an ability adjustment of +1 to intelligence on a character creation. Okay, so the Scholar, theme knowledge, and we're going to choose life science. And we're going to go with, let's go with xenobiology. There we go. So we got that information down. The next thing we are going to choose is going to be our species. So I kind of have an idea of what I want to play. Actually, Android was one that I was considering, but let's go with... we're not going to do human. One thing that I should also mention is in the Starfinder role-playing game, you have hit points, but you also have stamina points. And hit points are just that, like they're your regular hit points that you get. You regain them at a very slow rate. I think it's like 1 per level per day of complete rest, similar to what we had with Pathfinder First Edition. But then you also have your stamina points, and stamina is like more meant to represent your ability to like shrug off blows or kind of recover from them. Like you get winded, but you're not necessarily wounded. Your stamina points are typically depleted first before you access the hit points. And if you take hit point damage, it represents more like an actual physical injury that's going to take time to heal versus stamina points just being like you get punched and you can sort of shrug it off after a little bit to kind of like regain your senses. So your species also does give you a hit point amount, and your class will give you both stamina points and hit points. And you add your con modifier to your stamina points and not your hit points, because, like I said, stamina is what you go through first. So let's go ahead and choose. I kind of like the Shrians. The Vesk. I think actually. Oh no, -2 to intelligence might not be the greatest. Yeah, let's make a Yoski. We'll be a small rat-like humanoid with the Moxie ability. So you are scrappy and nimble, even when the odds are against them. They can stand from prone as a swift action. Additionally, when off-kilter, which is a condition, the Yoski does not take the normal penalties to attacks or gain the flat-footed condition. When attempting an acrobatics check to tumble through the space of opponent at least one size category larger than themselves, they receive +5 racial bonus to the check. They also have cheek pouches, so you can store stuff in your cheeks. You can store items up to 1 bulk, which again, bulk is debuted here in Starfinder, unless it was in like Pathfinder Unchained, but in Starfinder, that's the earliest version I know of bulk, which is what they used in Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Like I said, it's interesting where you can see like Starfinder kind of being a bit of a testing grounds here. We also receive a +2 racial bonus to engineering, stealth, and survival checks. So let's just go ahead and we'll make that right now. So we're going to be a Yoski, and that's going to be +2 to Dex. I just forgot to put species down, but that's fine. So Dex is going to get +2. Intelligence is going to get +2. And Strength is going to get a -2. Okay, so we got that information there, and then we're going to have cheek pouches, dark vision, Moxie. I'm not going to bother writing down the racial bonus because it is very conditional, but for Scrounger, +2 racial bonus, engineering, stealth, whoops, and survival. Okay, perfect. So we're going to close the book for now, and we're going to finish off our attributes here. So we do get a -2 strength. I'm not too worried about strength, but let's finish off our intelligence. So we have a 13. We're going to be spending 5 of our remaining 10 points to put that up to an 18, because we definitely want that one up there. We'll put another, let's see, we'll put 2 points into wisdom, which will give us a 12. Let's put another 2 points into dexterity, which will give us a, dex is going to be a 14. Strength, we're just going to keep at 8. We're not too worried about physical combat. And we'll put +1, we'll put our other +1 into con, which will give us an 11, which we don't get to do anything with yet, but we'll get there eventually. And we've got our finishing attributes here. So let's just go ahead and fill in some of this information. So our class is going to be Technomancer. We're going to be level 1. Going to be a Yoski, which I believe they are size small. I forgot their speed. I didn't look at their speed. We'll put that in there. We'll make a male character. And we'll be from Absalom Station. And I did, in a previous video, somebody did point out that one of the things that is a very common occurrence is to call Absalom Absalon, and I am totally guilty of that. I apologize if I've done that in the past, because I know I have. So I'm going to try to make a more concerted effort to make sure that I get everything right here. The Yoski also gave us, I think it was +4. It was 4 hit points. No, 2 hit points. Okay, so we get 2 hit points. Just going to write HP. We're going to start with 2 there. And their speed is going to be... Oh, I think everybody's speed just starts at 30, right? Because I don't think that it's part of the species entry anymore. So let me just take a quick look here for speed. It's been a while since the last time I made... By the way, that's what the character sheets would look like if they were in full color. They're just got blue on them. But let's just look up speed. Speed, BBB, speed, SP, SP, okay. Speed, 255. Like I said, I'm pretty sure everyone starts with a speed of 30. Let's see. Yeah, most medium creatures have a land speed of 30. Okay. I didn't see speed in the species thing, so I think that's just the way that it is, right? Anyway, they're small humanoids, but... Okay, if I missed it anywhere, please let me know, but I don't see speed anywhere on here, so I'm just going to assume that it's 30 because that's typically like the default speed. So we'll write down... Where was that? We'll just write down 30 feet, and if I get it wrong, let me know. Please correct me in the comments there. But let's put our ability scores in. So we have an 8, which gives us a -1. We have a dex of 14, which gives us a +2. We have a con of 11, which gives us a +0. An intelligence of 18, which is going to give us a +4. A wisdom of 12, which will give us a +1. And a 10 charisma, which will also give us a +0. For initiative, our dex modifier is +2. So it's probably what it's going to remain at, but we'll see, because we do get to choose a feat at first level when we get to that part of the character creation. We also do get some racial bonuses to our skills that we should probably put in here. We're level 1, so the ranks per level is going to be 1. We'll get to that in a moment. But we get a +2 racial bonus to engineering, stealth, and survival. So engineering, +2, stealth, and survival. So where are we here? +2. Whoops. +2 and +2. Okay, perfect. All right, and anywhere else we need to put our dex mod? Yeah, we'll put our dex mods here as well. Ability mod for fortitude is going to be +0. For reflex is going to be +2, and it's going to be +1 for wisdom, or for will. And yeah, okay, strength mod, -1. Ranged attack, +2. Strength mod, -1. Okay, perfect. We'll go through and do the skills a little bit later, but let's take a look now at the Technomancer. And this is going to be interesting. Like I said, I've never made a character like this before. So the one thing that I'm pretty sure of is that we got our... So at first level, we get a spell cache. We get 2 first level spell slots. I think we start with like 3 or 4 0 level spells. So, the spell cache is like your spell. It's like your spell book. That's right. So it's something that that you store your spells on. So it could be a handheld computer, technological implant, an item such as a ring or staff, or a symbol such as a brand, tattoo, or other permanent modification of your body. While you don't need your spell cache to cast your spells, once per day you can activate your spell cache to cast any one spell you know and are capable of casting, even if you expended all your spell slots. If it's damaged, it's restored to full hit points the next time you prepare spells. If your spell cache is lost or destroyed, you can replace it after 1 week with a special ritual, which takes 8 hours to complete. We begin with 4 0-level spells and 2 first-level spells of our choice. Okay, so we get stamina points of 5 plus our con modifier and 5 hit points. So our con modifier is 0. So our stamina points is going to be 5. Our hit points, we get 5 hit points on top of our 2, so we're going to have 7 hit points. And our resolve, hold on, that's earlier in the book here. So resolve are points that you can spend to perform certain actions. For example, to regain your stamina points, you have to spend like a resolve point when you take a short rest. You also have to spend a resolve points to automatically stabilize in combat and to like regain consciousness. So they are definitely useful things to have. So let's just see if we can find it here. Resolve points. Calculating resolve points. You have a number of resolve points equal to half your character level rounded down, but minimum of 1, plus the modifier of your key ability score, which is going to be intelligence. So we're going to have 5 resolve points. Because it's a minimum of 1 for half our level, and our intelligence modifier is +4. Okay, so up next, we've got your base attack bonus of 0, which is not a surprise. So +0, +0, +0. Oh boy, this is not particularly great, but we don't want to rely on that anyway. So yeah, we've got the melee attack. If we have to make a melee attack, we do it at a -1 penalty. If we have to throw a weapon, we do it at -1 penalty. And if we do a ranged attack, we actually do get a +2 bonus. So that's good. Our fortitude, reflex are 0s. And our wisdom is +2. So if we make a fortitude save, we get no bonus. If we make a reflex save, we get a +2 bonus. And if we have to make a will save, we get a +3 bonus, which isn't the worst, I guess, but it's not the best either. Okay, we are proficient in light armor and basic melee weapons and small arms. So technomancers are a little bit better than wizards in that regard. We get for skill ranks per level, we get 4 plus our intelligence modifier. And we have our skills here as well. And life science is one of them, so that's really cool. So let's just go ahead and we check off the ones that are the class skills for our character. So we start with computers for technomancer, then engineering, which is going to give us a... Oh, sorry. Life science, the one that's going to give us a +1. We get that because of our theme knowledge, which is, so again, that's really cool. Ordinarily, we could just treat it like it's a class skill, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But the fact that you actually, will get the +1 bonus is really good. Mysticism is another class skill for us, as is physical science, as is piloting, as is profession. I think profession's basically for everybody, and sleight of hand. Okay. Interesting. So the way skills work in Starfinder, and again, it's kind of an in-between from Pathfinder 1st edition to like Pathfinder 2nd edition. But in like the original like 3rd edition like D20 system games, you would have skill points, which we still get here, sort of. But you could spend, like, if you was a class skill, for every point that you spent, would be a rank, so it would be like the equivalent of getting a +1 bonus, and you were limited to the amount of ranks you could have in a class skill equal to your level +3. So at first level, for example, a class skill could have up to a +4 bonus, and like 4 ranks could go into it. And if you had a cross-class skill, they really sucked. Now, Pathfinder did change it, I believe. I think they made them 1-for-1. But your maximum number of ranks in a cross-class skill was always equal to half of your level. So you could only have, at first level, you could only have 2 ranks in a cross-class skill, which is one that we didn't check off here. And you had to spend 2 skill points to get 1 rank. So you had to spend twice as much for half as much potential effectiveness. It was awful. So in Starfinder, they actually changed that. So we do get 8 skill ranks that we can actually apply to skills. Now, we can only put a number of ranks into a skill equal to our level. So right now, we're only level 1. So we get to basically choose 8 skills and put ranks into them. Now, I am going to put 1 rank into perception, for sure, because that one is a very useful skill to have. We're also going to put one into engineering, as well as life science. And why not medicine as well? Mysticism, sure. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 more. Probably should do... we should do physical science as well. We need a role on like a starship, but engineering is going to be a good one for that. So I'm not going to worry too much about like taking piloting or anything like that. We will take one in computers though. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have one more, so we'll put it into sleight of hand. Okay. So the way that this works now is you still want to be able to get that like +4 bonus at like level 1. So the way that Starfinder does it is if you put a rank the very first time, and it's a one-time bonus. It's not every time you put a rank into a class skill, but the first time you put a rank into a class skill, you do get what's called a class bonus, which is +3, and that's a one-time thing. It doesn't improve, like you don't get an extra +3 the next time you put a rank into it. So if I level up to level 2 and I put another rank into computers, I don't get a +6 from my class. You just get a one-time +3 bonus. But we'll go through and do that. So engineering we had a rank in, and that is a class skill, as is life science. Medicine is not, but mysticism is. Perception is not, but physical science is. And then we put one in the sleight of hand, which is a class skill, so we'll put that in there. And our 2 for dex, and we'll just go through and basically fill all these in. So we got 2 for dexterity, 1 for wisdom. I'm not going to bother with profession or any of those because we didn't choose one. Piloting is just your dexterity bonus, which is going to be +2, right? Because it's 14, yep. Physical science is going to be +4 for our intelligence. Perception is going to be +1. So I'm only going to get +2 in perception, but at least I'm getting something in it. Mysticism is also wisdom, so that's going to only get a +1. Medicine is intelligence, which is going to get a +4. Life science is intelligence, which is going to be 4. Intimidate is charisma, which is going to be 0. Engineering is intelligence, so that's going to be +4. Disguise, which is going to be 0 because it's charisma. Diplomacy is going to be 0 because it's charisma. Culture is going to be 0 because it's charisma. Computers is intelligence, though, so we're going to get 4 for that. And then bluff is charisma, which is 0. Athletics is -1. And acrobatics is going to be +2. Okay, perfect. So we have our skills all selected here. So we're just going to go ahead and fill in the final numbers. So acrobatics is going to be at +2 because we don't have any ranks in it or anything, but we do have our dex mod. Athletics is going to be -1, so I really hope I don't have to climb anything. Bluff is going to be +0. Computers is going to be a total of +8, 1 for the rank, 3 for the class, 4 for the intelligence modifier. So that's good. Culture is... Oh, culture is intelligence. I don't know why I thought that was charisma. So that's going to be +4. So we get a +4 bonus in culture, even though we're not like trained in it, so that's good. Diplomacy is going to be +0. Disguise is going to be +0. Engineering is going to be actually so we got 4, 8. It's actually +10. So we are going to be good at engineering. 1 for our rank, 3 for a class, 4 for our intelligence, and 2 for our racial bonus there. Intimidate is going to be +0 because we don't have anything there. Life science is going to be at 9, so 1 and 3 is 4, +4 is 8, +1 is 9. Medicine is going to be at +5, which is good. Mysticism is going to be at +5 as well. Perception is only going to be +2, 1 for our rank and 1 for our wisdom, but at least we get a bonus there. Physical science is going to be at +8. Piloting is going to be at just +2. We're not going to bother with profession because you have to choose a specific one. We didn't do that. Sense motive is wisdom, which I forgot to put in there. That's +1, so that's all we're going to get there. Sleight of hand is going to be 4, 6, so +6. Stealth is going to be at +4. And survival is going to be at +3. Perfect. So we have that information filled out. Pretty much all that's going to be left here actually is just doing our equipment and our spells and our feats and proficiencies. Okay, so under proficiencies, we're going to do light armor. Then we're going to have basic melee weapons and small arms. Okay, oh, and our languages, I think we get a bunch actually, holy crap. So we get, I think we get our Yoski language. All right, hold on. Let's just get back to the species section here. So, language, oh. I don't see their languages listed. Seems to be a bunch of stuff that I'm just not finding, so. All right, let's see what we do for languages. Might not even be in there. So I think you always speak your own language and common. Let's go under character creation. And just see what they have here. So I wanted to go through the whole process. Like I said, it's been a couple of years, I think, since the last time I made a Starfinder character. But I'm going to go through the whole okay, your character begins play speaking, reading common, and her racial tongue, if any. Okay. Oh, what does it say for it? Might have speed in here. Speed. It is 30 feet. Okay, so I had that right. I know what I'm doing, I promise. And if you have a positive, you get bonus languages for your intelligence. Okay, so under languages, we're going to have Yoski, Common, we'll do Vesk, we'll do Elven and Draconic, and let's do Aslanti. There we go. Okay, so we got our languages done. So yeah, let's choose our equipment, and then we'll choose our spells, and our character is basically going to be done. So for equipment, you start with 1,000 credits. Oh, we need to choose our feet, right? Let's do that. Let's choose our feet. Okay, probably. Oh, spell folks, you have to be 3rd level. Okay, interesting. We'll just do spell penetration, because spell resistance. This is where it's very similar to like Pathfinder 1st Edition. So our feat is going to be. It is going to be spell penetration. Which basically just gives us a +2 bonus to our caster check to overcome spell resistance. So that's something that's going to be good to have, basically. I think you add, I think it's a d20 plus your level, I think, and this gives you an extra +2. Spell resistance is a pain. It is an absolute pain to deal with. But anyway, so we have that information. We have our feet chosen, so now we'll go on to equipment. So like I said, we do start with 1,000 credits. What's our carrying capacity? That's something I do need to figure out as well. It's not going to be very good, because twisting my back here trying to reach around stuff. We got to find our carrying capacity, because that's how much bulk we can carry. Carrying capacity, your capacity is the amount of bulk, so 167. Oh, okay, we were actually like right there. All right, carrying capacity, bulk limits. You can carry an amount of bulk up to half your strength score without difficulty. Okay, that's good. So unencumbered is 4. And then, so encumbered is, okay, so when encumbered, you reduce your movement by 10 feet. You reduce your maximum dex bonus to armor class to +2. Okay, and you take -5 to dex and strength. So that's not good. Let's see here. If you're wearing armor, use the worst penalty from armor or bulk for adjustments to speed. Okay. Let's see. So if the amount you carry becomes less than or equal to half your strength score, you can't voluntarily wear or hold an amount of bulk that is greater than your strength score. If you are forced to do so, due to change of gravity, for example, you gain the overburden condition. Okay. Overburdened, if you have the overburden condition. All right. So I guess that's what we have there. So, okay, so encumbered, so overburdened is equal to our strength score. If you hold an amount of bulk, that is greater than our strength score. Okay, so our strength score is 8, so we become overburdened at 9, and encumbered at 5 through 8. Okay, there we go. Now we can finally buy stuff. So we're going to choose a basic melee weapon. Let's see. We choose a finesse one. Oh, I don't think they have finesse. I think they just have, operatives. If you're an operative, you can use your dex bonus instead of strength bonus for certain weapons, but we're not an operative. So, let's just take a club. It costs 0 credits, and we're not, if our character's resorting to melee, then he's already screwed. So let's do a club, which is 1d6. Bludgeoning. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to get into our small arms. So this is the one that we want. We have to have one that's a level 1 item because we can only, item levels is basically the level that you should be before you have access to that weapon. So let's take let's see, the azimuth pistol is pretty good because it has a critical hit where it causes burn. Let's see, what else do we have? Semi-automatic, no, we don't want that. We want something kind of cool. All right, so we're going to go with, we'll go with the azimuth laser pistol. So, laser, azimuth, 350 credits, 1d4 fire, burn for 1d4, battery has 20 charges. So, azimuth laser pistol. Which is 1d4, burn, 1d4, and then 20 charges, and it is light bulk. Oh, I should have saw what our club was too, because that is going to be important. The club is also light bulk. Okay, and that works, I think, the same way that it does in Pathfinder, where you need 10 of an item before it counts as a single bulk. So that's good. We've got that out of the way. We're not going to look at any more weapons. We're going to start looking at some armor. We can wear light armor, so we're going to do that. Once we get past all the weapon stuff here. Armor. Okay, so in Starfinder, you have 2 different types of defenses. Rather than just your standard armor class, you have armor class against kinetic attacks, which is bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing weapons. Like physical things that are physically impacting and damaging the body. And then you have energy armor class. So, for example, our laser pistol does fire damage. So you would attack against their energy armor class and not their kinetic armor class. So it just has to basically hit their body, but it doesn't have to do it with enough force to cause further injury. It just needs to make contact. So the second skin gives us an energy armor bonus of +1 to our armor classes, and a kinetic is at +2. and it is also a light bulk, so we are doing really good there. So second skin, so EAC of +1, KAC +2, and it is light as well, and that was what, 250, 350, so we are at 600 of our 1,000 credits. So we just have 400 credits that we can spend on additional gear. We don't need armor upgrades or augmentations. We're just looking for some other basic stuff here. Actually, a computer. What do we need? Do we need a computer? Yeah. All right. Technological items. Okay, here we go. Medkit Basic is 100 credits, so we'll do Medkit Basic. So we have 300 credits left. Let's see. Toolkit Engineering Specialty. Okay, well, we're not going to get that yet. That's not a level 1 item anyway. Let's see. We don't need locks. Comms unit, personal comms unit costs 7. I kind of want to stick to things that are going to be... Oh no, we'll do personal comms unit. So we've got 293 credits left. That might be it for that section, but there should be some more stuff, I think, here. Oh no, we're getting into magic items. We can get an Aeon Stone. Clear Spindle sustains you by negating the need for food and water. Ooh. I might actually take that. It's a level 1 item. It's 245. So we can afford it. So let's just go ahead and do that. And this is still kind of early in the morning, and my coffee hasn't kicked in yet, so that's going to be 8. That's going to be... Yeah, so we have 48 credits left over. That's perfectly fine, so we'll do a clear Spindle Aeon Stone. And that's just like an Ion Stone from D&D. It just orbits us, it floats around, revolves around our head, and it will prevent us from needing to eat. So yeah, we are absolutely going to do that. If I hadn't spent, if I hadn't bought that personal comms unit, I could have also gotten a first level spell gem, or a 0 level spell gem. What does the spell gem even do, actually? Spell gem. Way too much writing for me to want to focus on. All right, so let's fill in our equipment. So our armor bonus for energy armor class is 1, 2 for kinetic. And then versus combat maneuvers, it's going to be 8 plus our kinetic armor class. So we have a 10 base. For energy, it's 10, 11, 13. Where did the miscellaneous mod from there come from? I think that's wrong. That's got to be wrong. All right. I don't know why I wrote that down. Let me just double check, make sure I didn't do something silly. Yeah, that definitely shouldn't have been in there. I don't know where that came from. I might have been writing like hit points or something down in the wrong spot. Our initiative modifier is going to be +2. So that changes that. 18 sounds really high. So we're going to have a 13 kinetic armor class. We're going to have our energy armor class. We're going to have a 14 from our kinetic armor class. And our armor class versus combat maneuvers like bull rush or trip or grapple or stuff like that is going to be 8 plus our kinetic armor class. So it's going to put it up to 22. Which, like, honestly, this is the one thing with Starfinder that I think they messed up. Because it's such a high number that it's just not worth people doing. Like, I've never known, like, in the few times I've run Starfinder, nobody's ever bothered with combat maneuvers because the armor class to hit was just too high for them. So, like, for example, if they have like a +3 bonus to hit, or +4 bonus, they need to roll an 18 on the die, on the d20, right? +4 to get 22. So yeah, not the best. So we got our weapons here. We got club, level 1. Attack bonus is -1. Damage 1d6 -1. I don't think it had anything special on a critical. Range is melee. So I'll just put in M. Type. Yeah, we're not going to worry too much about that. And then we got our azimuth laser pistol, which is also level 1. That attacks at a +2 bonus. 1d4 fire. Critical is burn. 1d4. The range, whoops, I forgot to write that down. Azimuth laser pistol has a range of 80 feet. Okay, type, I guess that's technically like a small arm. So we've got ammo usage. So ammo usage is 1. So 20/1. So 20 charges, and one to you. Each shot takes 1 charge. All right, perfect. So yeah, all that's left is going to be our spells, and we're pretty much there. All of our items that we chose were light bulk, right? The med kit's the only one I forgot to write down. And the Aeon Stone hovers around you, so that's not going to affect your your bulk or your carrying capacity. Let's see what we got here. Personal comms is light. Yep, so we don't have to worry about that. And our med kit. Where was that med kit? Oh, medkit basic has nothing. Okay, so it's not even a factor there. So we're not actually carrying anything, which is great. We have 48 credits left. We got our second skin, which is light. We have our club, which is level 1, which is light. We have our azimuth laser pistol, which is level 1 and is light. We have our personal comms unit, which is level 1 and light. We have our med kit, which is level 1 and negligible. Perfect. Okie dokes. All right, so back to our class for just the final things here. So we get four cantrips, 4 cantrips and 2 first level spells. But we also have to choose our spell cache. So let's see, it could be a device such as a handheld computer, technological implant, and I think you get that automatically. So I'm just going to choose spell, and that's just going to be a handheld computer. Perfect. All right, so our spells. Let's go to magic and spells. Technomancer. the spells known. Do we have a spot for our spell save DC? Which is just, it's just 10 plus our, it's just, I think it's 10 plus the spell level. That might have been back in the class section. Like I said, we're going through the whole process here. To show that you don't need to know 100% what you're doing to still stumble your way across this here. Okay, spells, yeah, 10, okay. To learn to cast a spell, the difficulty class is 10, plus the spell's level, plus your intelligence modifier. So I don't actually see a spot for spell save DC, so I'm just going to put DC, so 10 plus our intelligence modifier plus level, so 14. DC 15, all right, perfect. All right, Technomancer spell list. We get 4 cantrips, and we can choose from, we can choose from Dancing Light, Daze, Detect Affliction, Detect Magic, Energy Ray, which we're definitely taking, Ghost Sound, Mending, which we might actually take, Psychokinetic Hand, yeah, that sounds pretty good, Telekinetic Message, Token Spell, or Transfer Charge. Okay, so I think we're going to take Energy Ray. Spells known 4. Spells per day 2. I don't think we get a bonus spells for intelligence like we did in Pathfinder first edition. I've got so many like different things, systems running around in my head that yeah, I don't think there's anything like that. I just want to be absolutely sure. Okay, yeah, no bonus spells. That's fine. Let's go back to our... Gotta stop bumping the camera here. We're going to go back to our spell list here for Technomancer. So we've got Energy Ray. So that does 1d3 acid, cold, electricity, or fire damage. I think you choose it when you cast a spell. I'm going to take Mending because you just never know. We'll also go with Psychokinetic Hand. Right, okay, yeah, 0 level. Oh my god, I'm struggling here. I'm stretched out as far as I can to do this. And then the last one, I think Transfer Charge actually would be pretty good. All right, and for first level spells, we could choose Comprehend Languages, Detect Radiation, Detect Technology, Disguise Self, Erase, Flight, Grease, Hold Portal, Holographic Image, Identify, Jolting Surge, Keen Senses, Life Bubble. That's not too bad, actually. Magic Missile, Overheat, Supercharged Weapon, or Unseen Servant. So, I think, honestly, Magic Missile and Life Bubble might be the ones I'm going to take. So we got Spells Known 2, Magic Missile, and Life Bubble. So the way Magic Missile works is it deals 2 bolts of 1d4 plus 1 force damage. That strikes automatically. However, if you also give up your move, so if you do nothing that round other than cast a spell, you get a third missile that you can use. So that's just the way that works. And yeah, that is it. We have finished our first level Starfinder character. I'm just going to write spell casting, and then our spell cachet abilities. And yeah, that is our first level Starfinder character completed. Oh, resolve points. Um, oh, that's where the 5 came from. That's okay. Now I just wrote it in the wrong section. Okay. So we have our first level Yoski Scholar Technomancer. So we have strength of 8, dex of 14, con of 11, intelligence of 18, wisdom 12, charisma of 10. We have 5 stamina points that deplete first before we go into our hit points. We can get our stamina points back after taking a short rest and spending a resolve point. Hit points are regained much, much slower. We have +2 to bonus to our initiative. Energy armor class, so against energy attacks like laser pistols, cryogenic weapons, electric weapon, like stuff like that is going to be a 13. Versus kinetic armor class, or kinetic attacks, like things that have to physically impact and damage the body. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, we have an armor class of 14. If somebody tries to bull rush us, then our armor class for that goes up to 22, which, again, probably not going to happen. Saving throws, fortitude we're not very good at, so if we get poisoned, we might be in trouble. Reflex, we're also not all that great at either, but we do get a +2 bonus and a +3 on wisdom saving throws. Melee, we're screwed. Thrown weapons, we're screwed. Range attacks, we're okay. We have a club that we get a -1 to hit for a 1d6 -1. And then our laser pistol does 1d4 fire damage, and it can burn you if you get a critical hit. And then for skills, our main ones are going to be computers, which we get a +8 bonus to. Engineering, which we actually get +10 bonus to. We get our life sciences, which we have +9. So this character being a scholar, focusing on xenobiology. Oh, I should actually write that down as well. Scholar, xenobiologist. There we go. Yeah, so we focus on xenobiology. Yeah, and it's not the smoothest character creation. I'm not going to pretend that it was, but again, it's just part of the process is like figuring out how to use the book, where to find things, just double and triple check things. Hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes in this video. But yeah, this has been just a ton of fun to go through and to create. So we have our Starfinder character. We are a Technomancer. We do have our spell cache, which is just a little personal handheld computer that we have all of our, basically like our spell book. Our magical spells, we have Energy Ray, which it's basically like, it's like our pistol, which again, we're probably not going to use our pistol very much because we do have Energy Ray. 0 level spells in Starfinder, you can use an unlimited number of times per day, but unlike cantrips, in say like 5th edition D&D, these things are pretty minor. They're not like, they don't get like ridiculously powerful as you go up in level. It's just a D4 damage, but we do have that. We have mending, so we can heal, we can repair damage to objects. Psychokinetic hand, basically mage hand. We can manipulate items up to a single bulk, which none of our equipment is. So we can actually manipulate something that weighs more than all of our equipment combined. And we just have transfer charge, so if we do end up using our pistol or somebody else in the party has running out of charges and we find something where we could transfer the energy from that into their battery, then we can do that. We have 2 first level spells that we can cast. We took Magic Missile and Life Bubble, so Magic Missile for defense, Life Bubble because you just never know. It surrounds somebody in a sphere of livable atmosphere and conditions. So if somebody were to get sucked out into the vacuum of space, you can cast Life Bubble on them, and it will keep them alive until you can rescue them, as long as you rescue them relatively quickly. Our spell cache ability also allows us to cast one of our 2 spells that we currently know without needing a spell slot to cast it with, so that's great. So we technically get up to 3 spells per day. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the character that we created here. So that was the Starfinder character creation video. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What is your favorite Starfinder character that you have made or had in your group if you were a game master? let me know that in the comments below. And be sure to vote on the next character creation video, which is up currently. The poll should be available to you. Thank you all very much again. I appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Until then, take care.